Bill Glennon. Hi everyone. Rotormanki. Hi. Rotormanki. Where's Hugh at? No commentary from the tactical genius.
Oh, I've done it again, guys.
LOL.
Apologies. I muted my mic when I was on my truck because I'm streaming to Steam sometimes. So if anybody watches the channel, and I usually mute the mic. Welcome, guys. That's twice I've done that. I done it last night. I've done it today again.
Bill Glennon. Dunno.
So welcome everybody.
Bill Glennon. There he is.
Just to explain what I've already explained again while the mic was muted. I
Master Power.
I'm normally off yesterday.
For all to FCK.
I'm normally off tomorrow, but I am in as Christmas week, and I've been dragged in tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's an early start, which means it's early to bed.
Well, I guess that explains that smiley face.
So the intention was, as Bill pointed out to me, that I had this pasted in the lobby as a one-loss side match, which was wrong. But the reason for that was I didn't know that this match was on. I looked at the bracket. The first game I came to when I scrolled across was Sylvia's match, which starts in 50 minutes time. And I thought, well, I'll get set for that because I might get it in. It starts at 6. I've got to be in bed at 8:30 at the very latest. And it's a race to 150 in the one-loss side, which would give me a fair chance that it should be over in time. And in the meantime, this winner's side match, a round 3 match between Chicu and Bankster, is the one that we'll concentrate on for the first hour and see how things go. Bankster's run ends on 22. Let's have a quick look and see where these guys are from, because I haven't the foggiest idea. Bankster's listed there as Kuwait, and Chicu from Chile. And Stub, if you're still there, you're going to have to prove yourself big time, my friend, because the current champ has set the target 179, and that's a big ask. And how well are you going to be able to move a ball, or move that cue ball and keep it under control to get that far?
Semi-Pro 4. Yo everyone. Master Power. Me and Fast Eddie will probably play Christmas Day. Hugh, are you off?
Well, what do you bloody well think I'm doing on Christmas Day? Do you think I'm out delivering presents to all the kiddies? Of course I'll be off Christmas Day. And I'm off the next day after that as well.
Bill Glennon. Went blurry.
What went blurry? What, the stream went blurry? That's Facebook. You'd probably be better off going
Master Power.
Onto Twitch.
I can run racks like that to UFCK 179 is nothing.
Yeah.
Bill Glennon. Screen.
you've got to remember, Bill,
Bill Glennon.
that
Yes.
that Facebook
Semi-pro
doesn't
4.
it doesn't
Change the resolution, Bill.
it doesn't stream it in 1080. As far as I know, I can only ever see streams at well, I can't, for some reason mine don't seem to stream there at 1080. It seems to be 720, so you're better off going to Twitch or YouTube if you want it to be a clearer picture. And make sure, if you do, that you go to the little cog in the bottom of the stream, bottom right hand corner, and just press it to make sure that it's set to the highest resolution. What sort of time was you thinking about, Stub? I mean, Christmas Day, your time is 5-6 hours behind me. It won't really matter as long as I know I'll be there. And if you had it set sooner, at least I could do a bit of promo for it in the lobby. So get it set. No use telling me that you're going to play then. Get it set so it's solid and in stone and black and white on the bracket. Do us a favour that way.
Master Power. I wanted to play today, but he's pissing it.
That was almost a lock up in the 3-ball. We've seen the types of errors that happen
much
here.
Better.
Yeah, Twitch will be much better than Facebook. And there's a mistake. So the visits, I think, are going to be short and sweet here, guys. And that's the big difference in standard, when you've really got control of that cue ball and you know what you want to do with it. And that shot there, for example, Chicu's just letting the cue ball run into a ball. Big risks being taken. I was talking to Semi earlier on, well, chatting to him in the chat about his run last night, and about that 3-ball on the left rail, the one that was his undoing, and getting to a clean run out straight to 200. It was still an excellent job and a tall order for the rest of the guys. So let's see if they mean business, if they're going to step up to the challenge. So Chicu has a break ball in place. Well, that was one that's gone. He's still got the 15, and he's going to have to take it as well. So again, the problem is just shown right there and then in those 2 shots. He's had to take his 2 potential break balls and they're gone, and that's again from bad planning, bad table management, not really getting that cue ball where it should be. One ball's at the head of the pack, so that's going to end up in the kitchen if he doesn't move it next. So Stub, are you going to agree to that time? Are you going to get it set? Did you send that proposal? What's going to happen? Well, he's going to have to make sure he keeps this cue ball straight here. It's a punch. Well, he's got the 5. He's got nothing else. Again, almost locked solid on that 9. But once again, just hitting them too firm You don't need to do that. Always, you're taking a risk every time you do that.
Master Power. I sent proposals to him, he never accepted or countered the CS yet. K.
Well, you know the problem now, Stubb. The problem now is you've got until the 27th as a deadline. He's probably set up for Christmas. I don't know what the restrictions are in his state in the States, but he could be out visiting. He could have visitors coming over. I don't know. So it's going to be more difficult to get times arranged over the next few days. This is why you should have agreed to it sooner and got it settled. So we've got a proper mess on the right hand side of the table. That's helped slightly. In fact, that 4-ball onto the 7 gentle right now would take it out the equation and solve the problem there. If you can nudge the 13, that would help a wee bit.
Master Power. I'll let you know ASAP.
That'll do. Run goes to 20. That takes him into the lead. So once again, there's a possibility it could be the 4-ball. 8-ball up the table. And that 8-ball would give him a good opportunity to get a good line on this 4, but he doesn't want it. Again, he wants that cue ball closer to us and about the same angle in order to have a decent break shot. Let's just check the doodle. I see he's well away, and this is not a great angle. He'll be lucky he gets much of this at all. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem was he was too far away and he wasn't far enough up the table towards us, to the centre, to give him a better angle. He needed a wider angle there. And the run ends on, I think, 24. And the run ends as many runs end in this game, in this tournament. It ends with a scratch. And I think the target for a lot of these guys, the one target would be to try and get into that top 10. There's another one, another poor shot. If they can get themselves onto the top 10 board for high runs, that would be an achievement. And that's going to be dead. That's the one that kills the run. It's of paramount importance that you know where the cue ball's going, and when you don't really, you end up locked in a corner, stuck behind a ball with no shot and no safety either. He's bound to leave something on. So the visit ends on 3. It's just going to be like that. Bits and pieces. And I would hope that for Sylvia's sake that she doesn't let that ball run as loose as she was doing in her first match. Who the hell was she playing again? Because I've totally forgotten. Who was Sylvia playing? I can't see her. Right, Mooncake, Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro 4. I bet you stub that you don't get higher than 75. Stephen Lee. Evening all.
Ah, right, it was Snake Eye she was playing. Yeah, and well, she got to 91, but hopefully she's been watching some of the matches, particularly last night's match and the one that I didn't manage to get. That was the one where LS3 got the high run previous night. Hopefully she's been watching, get things a little tighter and try not move that cue ball as much. Welcome everybody, welcome to the latecomers. The plan is to watch this for the first hour, and then provided both players turn up, we'll watch
Lee.
the one lost side match.
GG last night semi. Semi-Pro 4. Thanks SL.
So the 4 ball is sitting very nice. Well, he's going to go to the right here off this 14 with the angle that he's got. Yeah.
Bedhead_sweat. Semi was potting balls like a madman.
Right. Pretty good position, because that means the cue ball doesn't have to move far to hit the pack. So the draw up the table brings it back into play, and 3 or 4 balls to choose from. Well, the little pattern there would be the 7, that one, the 3, the 14, and then that 12 at the back of the pack. But we've got this muddle of balls here.
4. That's what happens, bedhead, when I cue with my ears.
The 12 remains at the back of the pack, as does the 14 now. Now the 2 potential break balls are pretty close together. That 10 and that 2. There's a strong chance here that he may well end up moving things, and if he'd got rid of it, see that again, it should be the plan to get rid of blocking balls. The 5 balls are blocking ball for the 8, just to open things up.
Bedhead_sweat. Peaked too early. K-face savoring delicious food.
Now I know what that smiley means. Which is another reason to have the text-to-speech on. That gets rid of the 5. Now I would suggest to play this 13 gentle, just enough to get it to the pocket, and that way keep that cue ball in play on the left side to get rid of the 8, because I don't think he can get rid of any of those potential break balls. He obviously has to get rid of one of them, but the 8 ball would be the candidate, and he's hit it far too hard. Had to be gentle, and now he's dead in the water. Again, just a simple pot, gentle control, and you
Semi-Pro 4.
can't get that control.
Why I queued with my ears, so
And
have
you're gonna
plenty
end
of
up
gas
there.
left later on. Hee hee.
Now let's have a, while these two guys are pottering around here, let's have a quick look and see exactly who they're lined up to play next, because obviously one of them is going to go to the one loss side tonight after this match, and I would readily expect that the winner is going to head there as well, because Mark Shark is waiting on the winner of Fast Eddie and Stubb, and then the winner of Fast Eddie, the winner of I'll say that again, Mark Sharp's waiting on the winner of Fast Eddie and Stubb, and whoever wins that match between Mark Shark and Stubb or Fast Eddie is going to be playing the winner of this match. So let's be kind and say that their time in the winner's side is limited, because they will not come through that match regardless of who they play, and obviously whoever gets to play Mark Shark will be favourite to go through, so they better make the most of their time on this winner's side. Well, he's gone at least far enough to make the cut in the 2. Again, this needs to be gentle, just soft roll in to stay in the inside of the 10 ball, which will do it. And he might just want to put a wee tiny bit of dig on this cue ball, just to make sure it's going to hit that side of the pack rather than any draw. And it's gone solid and died against, again, it was a wall of 4 balls on that right hand side, and it's just a solid wall, and it usually, if you hit it straight, will kill the cue ball stone dead, just like that. And then you're going to have to be really lucky to have a ball, which he did. He might not have much else unless he can see enough of the 13. Yes, he can.
Bedhead_sweat. Your high run last WC was 44. Big pockets makes a huge difference.
Well, if he's going to pot the 3, I don't see where he's picking his next ball. Going to have to, he could draw with bottom left hand English to kick up into the balls. Yeah, you see, that's pushing the boat out, trying too hard when he should have just played the pot with the draw and a bit of bottom left, would have kicked the cue ball that direction. It would have come back that way. The bottom left would just punch the cue ball up that way to nudge something, and in the end he went for the old muscle action, and he got the end result. Missed the actual pot. The 13, not the 13, the 15, does it squeeze? Yes, it does. So the visits are short and sweet. It's just a matter of who scores slightly more in their visits that may well win this. We've got 30 minutes before the other match. Sylvia's arrived. Cue ball's running loose again. You know, the difficulty here is whether these guys spend any more time or a bit more time thinking. The thinking process has to take place here. Once again, he's making things worse than they are, but he's got a 3-ball combo here. I think that looks. No, it looks. How's that 7 going?
Semi-Pro 4.
Well, he's missed
last WC was about consistency, and I guess that won me the last WC. Like Hugh says, it's not all about high runs to win matches.
I was thinking, and I'm thinking more with every match that I see, that because as the tournament moves on and we move deeper into the winner's side, the guys know the consequences of well, first of all, the bad consequences of a miss and a poor visit. A visit where there's little contribution. They know what the punishment is. On the other side of that, though, you would hope that they would then put a lot more focus on every visit when they get to the table to make the most of it, and the only way you can do that is by getting that pattern in your head once you've looked at the setup. When you've looked at the lay of the balls, you have to have it clear in your mind, an objective, and get from one ball to the next and pick your way through them. All of this slamming a ball to run into balls because you've got an angle is no good. It's been proven to be no good. You have to be gentle, just little nudges when you've got the opportunity to improve situations. This slamming the ball does not work. You might get away with it once, you might get away with it twice, but it's going to happen at some point.
Semi, you used too much gas in that match and not much more left, K.
Well, Stubb, the interesting thing for me about Stubb is that he tends to be the player in a lot of his games where he does let the ball run loose and relies on potting, and that won't work.
Semi-Pro 4. Stubb, you said you will beat the highest run, no prob.
Yeah. So very well talking the talk, or whatever it is again. But can you walk the walk? Is that the saying? So visit ends on 6. Bankster, or whatever it was, I can't remember. Bankster's got what, a 17-point lead, and this match has been on 35 minutes, so it's got a long way to go.
Sweat. Stubb played good safeties in the snooker, to be fair.
I don't think he's got a lot of safeties in mind for this tournament. I think it's bang, 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 and hoping to pop himself out of trouble each time. He's got to prove himself.
Master Power. And I don't play snooker, you noobs are Lukey, I don't.
Lukey.
Stephen Lee. I like bang bang bang.
Well, I've seen too many bang bang bangs, and then I've seen dead as the last one. Dead in the pocket with a cue ball. Well, the 11 goes, but he's too high, so he's going to go into them just to open one or two out, and I think he might be done here because he's blocked by the 13. Or is he? Yes, he is. He can play the cut. He could go for the 6. He needs to bend it round the 13 though to do that. Well, I suppose the objective here is bankster just to try and creep away even further, and that just puts that wee bit more on, more pressure on Chicu to get something more on the scoreboard in his next visit, because even a small lead like 24 points can be quite a lot for either of these two guys.
Master Power. I have plenty gas potting balls, you'll see straight pool is easy K.
That's another quote. I should be writing all these quotes down. But then if I did, I would just have like a dozen pages where Stubbs said the same script each time for every big tournament that has come on in the last 10 years.
Semi-Pro 4. So no problem you running 200 then Stubb laughing smiley.
There we go. The scratch comes again. The visit ends in 7. The lead is 24. Now, let me have a quick look, and we know that Sylvia is here. Let's see if SD92 is anywhere about.
Master Power. Plus I had virus in snooker tourney 2K. Bedhead _ sweat. Stubb, you're awful at scheduling matches though winking face. Semi-Pro 4. You are the virus.
Yeah. I think he's more like
Semi-P.
he's more like a Trojan.
Always an excuse smiley face.
So 10 ball looks to be, well, it is, it's in the triangle, so no good there. Somebody can take care of that for us.
Elbow cuff, elbow cuff, elbow cuff, elbow cuff.
And if somebody doesn't take care of that for us, I'll take care of it. We don't want numptiness in the chat.
Stephen Lee. LOL.
I think that's almost dead straight, so he tried to pinch a bit, got one out, and when he gets this 3-ball, if he does, he's got nothing else. There's nothing on. Look
Semi-pro
to brush
4.
something. That'll
I
do.
can't see it to ban it.
Well, you right click the name in the chat, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I can't remember either, but I think that's what you do. You right click the culprit and then it should give you options if you're still a mod. So Chicu's visit ends in 10, still trailing by 14, and Bankster can just
Semi-pro
kill the
4.
cue ball.
I can't see his name in chat. Sorara. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes,
Right,
good
give me a
vibes, good
second.
vibes, good 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 vibes. Sorara. I'm a girl from India. Stephen Lee. I can't see it in the chat either. Bedhead underscore sweat. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Sorara. I can't see it in the chat either. Bedhead underscore sweat. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Sorara. I can't see it in the chat either. Bedhead underscore sweat. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Sorara. I can't see it in the chat either. Bedhead underscore sweat. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee. I can't see it in the chat either. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee. Bedhead underscore swear. Just shut off the chat to voice. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee. Bedhead underscore swear. Just shut off the chat to voice. I'm a girl from India. YouTube users Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee. Bedhead underscore swear.
Hang on a minute, guys.
The chat to voice. Oh my. Semi-P. Man.
Right, that should take care of it. It was the reason you were getting that duplicate was because I had my YouTube channel on, and obviously you're getting the repeated audio coming through live on it as well as what you're watching yourself, but that's got rid of it.
Spill. Other people 3S children. Stephen Lee. Fuck me, that was funny. Master Power. I stopped playing VP4 for 6 years, had virus for 4 years K.
Yeah, that was just because you didn't have any antivirus in your PC and hadn't a clue. So Chicu has a chance to reduce the deficit. Can he take advantage? He's got a ball in place. He's got the 2 to get up the table, and again he wants to go up the middle of the table. So it's a firm stun.
Semi-Pro 4. Back to match.
And he's gone pretty much straight, and he's going to be lucky if he gets a chip on this pack. And he's going to be even luckier if he gets any
Semi-Pro
big
4.
movement.
This match quite even.
Again, the failure was the poor shot to get to the break shot, as it will be for most players in the tournament, by not getting that cue ball right. And another extremely poor safety. And Chicu's visit's only 6. And Bankster has been given every opportunity to just reconstruct his lead here. And well, it's a little gentle draw off this 3, and he's got the what looks to be the 12.
Stephen Lee. Yeah, need close match, not whitewash like last night, lol.
A little draw, I think. Just a gentle one, and that will do. That's exactly what he wanted, although he's pretty straight, but he can go forward and around the other side of the 9. That's not a difficult shot. But they are difficult when you slam them like that and you've got absolutely no touch and control. I mean, that is just not going to get the job done, I'm afraid. But it does show you the gulf in quality of all the players in the tournament. It goes from this sort of level to a very high standard. And he's called the bank, he's got the bank, and he's on the 2. Now again, he's going to have to, let's have a look at his angle here. It's just stun the 2 in and kill the cue ball, and he's on the 5. The 5 goes no problem, so just stone dead kill and let the 2 go in. No draw. And now he can get the other side of the 14.
Sweat. Bit disheartening coming to the table 0 to 179 down.
Well, he did well first visit getting 33. It's just a pity that that was his only visit. Once again, hitting it too hard, and he's 4-5 inches too far up the table. Should have been on the 14. And if he just brushes off that 14, he'll leave a combo. And now we're trying to create something out of nothing here. Did he call it in that pocket? I don't think he did he? Well, he did. Well, hats off to him there. That worked out okay.
Master Power. Not disheartening if you run a 200 bed hate. Semi-P. I thought it was pretty sweet to see that huge deficit.
I think the 4's going to be exposed. Yeah. This is why you have to work in your safeties as well. It's got to be really thin. Now basically
Bankster
can't get away to a safe distance. Each player's been given the opportunity to construct something. Neither of them want to, for various reasons that we've seen.
Sorara. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. bedhead _ swear. Not feeling the good vibes tbh. Spill. Sounds like my old record player when it skipped.
That name isn't
Stephen
listed
Lee.
in the stream now.
LOL at bedhead. Sorara. F you then bitch.
Well, that's ended up almost a good safety by accident. The 11 ball goes. Got to let the cue ball either, well, I would assume just let it go forward. Well, that'll do. Still got a shot. So we are
Sorara. And now in my language.
7 minutes. Oh, aye, that's what I was doing. I was looking to see if I could see
Sorara.
who was I looking to see? I was looking to see if SD92 was around. So we're practicing. And no sign of SD92 in the chat. So, Bankster once again building up that small lead. And Chicu trying to get the deficit reduced each time. That must be a bug on YouTube, because I muted that person, and I think the maximum you can mute them is 300 seconds, and now they've disappeared, but they're still there. Well, that's a perfect opportunity to kill the cue ball and leave that angle on the 3.
4. I try keep on top of it for you.
Well, he's gone straight.
Lee. I reported them for spam.
That's too straight. Again, if the touch was better, that cue ball would have been sitting in prime position for the cut. Well, that's a nice little spin. One ball in play, and that's all you have. But going to be a hard push to get anything here. Well, that's worked out as well. But it's letting the cue ball run around, taking risks. But it's now 19 points to lead again for Bankster. 10 ball or 6 ball. 6 ball allows him to run through the pack. I mean, it looks a fairly comfortable shot to me. I don't know why. Yeah, I think he's looking at the 10, but to me, you've got the opportunity. You run the 6 and you run the cue ball into the pack. A little nudge holds for the 10. Can play up the table for the 7 and the 9, or can try and run back in. Sooner or later he's going to end up with nothing. So it's about 3 minutes away before Sylvia's match is due to start. Now another quick look and see. SD92 has arrived, which is good. So we'll be heading to that match just at the top of the hour. And Bankster's now building up a nice little lead. The run might only be 16, but it's 16 vital points. And then the further he goes away from Chicu, the more pressure gets added to Chicu to respond and make something of it on that next visit. That 11 ball is right on the line and it's encroaching, so it won't count for a break shot. The 15 could at the back of the pack, but we don't like back of the pack break shots unless you can hit a corner. The corner 2 balls left or right are the best way to get something out into play, and also to try and avoid that cue ball locking into that wall of balls. Now, what's that angle like in the 7? It's a bit too much. May well be better taking this 11 and coming back up the table for the 7. He's going to draw in the hole again. The old loose ball and the same old end result. The run ends on 20. It's inevitable, isn't it? As soon as you start getting loose and doing squirrely things with the cue ball, it's going to squirrel into a pocket. But it's a healthy little lead for Bankster. And let's look at the bracket and find that match between Sylvia and SD92. It's not shown on the bracket yet. We'll leave the room and we'll head in, and SD92 has won the lag and stuck Sylvia into break, and Sylvia also needs to work on her break shot. So this is the one lost side match and a race to 150, and straight away SD92 has an opportunity to get off and running, but with limited availability. Well, the high cut in the 3 would be ideal right now, just to get the cue ball in and move things, unless he
Mr.
thinks he can
Deemster.
make something
Hey
from there.
guys, what's the story?
He's got nothing, I don't think, has he? No, tried to cheat. Well, he's cheated that big time, and it's still going in. That didn't look on to me there, but it squeezed in off the jaw, and he's now ended dead straight. I still think he should have took the cut in the 3 when he had the ideal opportunity to get into them.
Semi-Pro 4. Hey Dean.
Good evening. This will be our only match of this evening, no matter however
Mr.
many
Deemster.
matches goes on.
Sup pro smiler face. Chit. One of us is out of sync.
What's up, Larry?
Mr. Shark 4488. How's it going, Hugh?
Good afternoon. Who's Mrs. Shark again? Remind me. I know Chet's Larry. I don't know why Larry can't go as Larry, I don't know. But anyway, that's like everybody else that doesn't use their VP4 name. Now that wasn't called, was it? No, it's a missed call.
Chit. I show Sylvia shooting. Mr. Shark 4488.
Harold, good
Harold.
evening. Right, let's just clear things up here. I'm watching Sylvia right now. The score on the board is 7 to SD92, and Sylvia's just got her first point. I mean, it could be me that's out of sync. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yup.
Well, all of you guys are going to see the same as me if you're watching the stream rather than what's happening in the room. Let me just leave the room and come back in just to make sure.
I have Sylvia 9-0.
Right, hang on, I'm out of sync. That's possibly a bug from... it can't be really be much of a bug. I just left one room and into the other, but it obviously is me that's out of sync. Let's have a look now. Well, the score now is now correct. Larry's right. One of us was out of sync and it was me. Sylvia
Sora.
on 9.
Shing ching ching bong, shing ching ching bong.
Right, I'm going to just get rid of the voice. Hang on. Now I've killed the stream chat text to voice. Well, I've shut them both down. Hopefully the chat comes up without it now, unless it's maybe locked in because I'm still streaming live. Somebody type something. That's good. She can spam all she wants now. We won't hear it. Let's get rid of that. Right, so we're now back in sync thanks to Larry. And Sylvia on 10. SD92. 2 points on the board. Now, aye, that's right. I'm thinking, why is SD92 and 1500? Because and then I've just realised that they've already played a match, but of course nothing gets updated until the tournament's over, as far as ratings go. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that's right. Well, if things stay as bad as this, we might go back to the first match we were watching. Cue ball. Well, that's not a healthy place to be. Well, you could actually go for the big dig on that too and come across. As long as you got the pot, that is. It's going to go in the wrong hole. Yeah, there's already... There's way too much loose cue ball here. So you're out of sync, Larry. Well, I'm presuming I'm back in sync, and the score is now gone to 11 to Sylvia and 4 points to SD92. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's got to be the VP4 server that's at fault. Sylvia's called a safety. Let's see where the cue ball ends up. Well, I mean, am I out of sync? Because that safety's got me all befuddled and confused. I'm beginning to get the impression that Sylvia's not necessarily giving this 100%. She's a far better player than that. But then again, if after half a dozen visits that SD92's had and he's only got 5 on the board, she might not have an awful lot to worry about if it keeps up with this standard. I'm out of sync again. Right, I'm watching Sylvia at the table on 14 and on a run of 4 now that ball's gone in, and SD92 and 5. And the cue ball running loose into the hole again. I'm so glad I wasn't out of sync last night with semi-pros match. That could have been really embarrassing. Calling Tommy Yu on a run of 179. We had just I mentioned we had 30 viewers last night on that stream. That was the highest total during the stream. When I say 30, I'm talking about combined. That's YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, What else? That VK thing where nobody watches anyway. Another poor one. Well, I mean, there honestly is no difference between this match and the one we were watching. In fact, let's just have a jump into the other match, jump back in here and see if anything changes. We'll do a bit of testing while we have the opportunity. Where's that other match? The Chicu match, we'll have a pop in there, and we can see that Bankster has still got a half decent lead at the moment. This is the winner's side match, race to 200, but Chicu once again trying to whittle away that deficit on 85, and all of these balls should be his. Nine is SD92's longest run. Well, that was done in his first ever cowboy match. Then in his first round match or second round match, whatever it was. And he's I mean, you've got to beat 9 on a table like this. So Chicu on 14. 88 in the board, and that one ball's right in the head of the pack, so it's heading down south if he doesn't take it, or up north if we use that term from where we're watching. And once again, not the ideal angle, it's got to be side rail, and get the amp on and give it a slam. You don't need an awful lot of English to get there. See, when you put an awful lot on it and an awful lot of top, you end up going around the corner and virtually missing him. But he's got one on, and he's got another chance to do something similar. Get to the side rail and get in and nudge a few, and that's improved the situation a wee bit. We'll nip back into the other match and see if they've warmed up. We'll give them time to warm up. But I'm willing to bet this is Chicu's best contribution of the match so far. The run goes to 19. And remember 9ball.com's tip of the day, get that cue jacked up, get the W key working, get the shaft lined up, and then you can easily pot the 7. He's actually putting English in this ball by mistake, I think. If you jack it up and use the W key, you can line the shaft up with the ball, and that'll find you your angle. So it's looking under the cue from a distance though, but it makes it much easier to line up those awkward shots like that. Well, this is an ideal situation for picking off balls. If you look at this line of balls here, all you have to be doing is dropping over this side. Well, that one's blocked by that one, but you've got all of these balls to choose from. And now's the time to get rid of the ball in the rail. And now's also the time to try and get rid of the 3 of the 4. One has to go. Well, we might have joined at a good time to see Chicu getting right back into the match. Still trailing by 14. But that deficit that he's been trailing all through the match has maybe focused him a wee bit more to get his act together and do a bit more thinking. But the one major thing that both of these players lack in is good touch, which is what you need. And the only way you get that is by working on it. It might need a tweak on the sensitivity of your cue stroke. It might need that, because sometimes it's just a little twitch, a little adjustment in that can help you better control the cue ball. You might not want quite as much quick movement when you're stroking the cue, and that's going to be end of run. It's a run of 31. So this just needs a very thin, soft safety to get the cue ball to rail. He's hoping to get something here, but he's going to have to convince me there's something on. There's nothing doing there. So very thin, a thin brush off the 1, just a feather, or off the 6, or do you see that? It's too heavy again. Brought a ball into play. So he's still trailing. He can't get in the lead. And this angle's nowhere near good to get into the pack. And likewise with this shot, it should be just a scrape of the paint off that 11. But even that, well, it's brought a ball into play and he's got cover, but as soon as you make that more solid contact, you're always going to nudge something out. It's much better to err on the safer side and miss the pack than it is to hit it. So we're probably going to end up with a wee bit of safety here until somebody makes a move and finally gets a chance. Let's nip back into the other one if I can find it. It's probably down below. Oh, where the hell's it going? There it is. Right, let's jump in and see if we're in sync. So back into the one lost side match. As far as I can see, it's Sylvie at the table, and the one way to check that would be that she's got her own cue. Now, how's she going to pick her way for this break shot? 9 ball up the table. We've got 2 balls that are just slightly awkward. Actually played to nudge something out the way there. Missed it. Has got another chance off this 12. So it's going to be the 7. It's the break shot. That 7 is sitting pretty good. Now, how good is the cue ball going to be though? That is the big ask. Yeah, we'll pop back in. We'll just nip backward and forward. We'll keep our eye on that other match and see if we can join, and whether Chicu's managed to get himself back in it. That is perfect. Perfect position. This is where it all focuses in the pot, because you don't need to worry about where the cue ball's going. It's a given that you're going to hit the pack, so you always put full concentration on the pot and getting that line. And the pace for the break shot was good as well, because it wasn't anything you need to slam. Yes, there's a big cluster, but yes, if you can get good on one of these balls, you can disturb them. one way of doing it would be possibly off the 8 from this left side, or if you get inside the 8 from the right side, you can stun into them. There's options there. Now, I would amp this right now and go for it. I would hit the amp button and give it a slam just to try and brush it and catch them. And now the chance might have gone. There's nothing obvious in the pack. The 10 ball might be on, but that 9 ball onto the 15 is blocked by the 12. That would have been a possibility. And now there's a chance again. And this time it's awkward, but the 3 ball is on. And also, well, I thought the 12 was as well on the side of that cluster, but it isn't. And I think she's just gone a wee bit too far on this one. She might clip the 12, but not much else. Hard to say. Yeah. That'll do though. It's nudged another couple of balls out. Now everything's on. That was well played. And the lead is going up. It's, what is it now, 31? The run goes to 23. So again, as I say, for these guys, and that includes the other guys in the other match, the target, I would say, is just to try and get your name onto that top 10 that I've done for the high runs. At least you get your name somewhere. And Sylvia is on course at the moment. 13 ball could be a break ball. Looks more than likely it will be, because I think that 9 ball's dead. Yeah, that's no great position there. It's going to have to go. A quick drink. I'm into my reserve bottle of water now. So we'll watch this run till it ends, and then we'll have another quick jump into the other room just to catch up. Now, much more angle on this 9 than she would ever have liked, and got to avoid the middle pocket scratch here. Now, what's she thinking here now? I don't think it's a good idea to be hitting this plain ball. And she's avoided a scratch, and that middle pocket's done her a favour because it's given her the angle. The angle is very good. Now, can she hit a corner of these 4 balls rather than right into the heart of them? And will they break? Well, she's hit a corner. Guess what's happened? She scratched. Well, there we are. Well, I'll tell you, I'm building up a case here for the loose ball scratch. It's just like a virus. Everybody's caught it so far, and the run. What did the run end on? What, 26 or something? I can't remember. But anyway, it's still a lead, a fairly comfortable lead, and she's straight back at the table. So let's jump back in to the winner's side match and catch up there. And Chicu is still trailing, but with a break shot. A run of 27. And that is broken very nicely. Now, this is his chance to narrow this gap way down on this visit. In fact, in all honesty, he should be in the lead after this visit. We've got the one issue on the left side, which is not really a major problem because there's plenty of room between those two balls to be able to get into this area. Whenever you're in this area with a chance, you can get rid of the 4, because the rule is deal with blocking balls and deal with them sooner rather than later if you can. So just 11 points behind. And hopefully I'm in sync. Oh, that's a poor one. He's thrown away a good opportunity there, missing that 15 ball. I mean, you shouldn't be missing in fairly straight in shots. And that is a bad one. And Chicu's going to have to start again, because all of these may well end up in Bankster's pocket. So the emergency backup ball is hanging over the pocket, and that allows you a wee bit more freedom just to try and improve the situation here. And let's have a look. Well, we never got a chance to see if that 13 was on, but he's taken the chance to try and improve it. We can see that the 2 will go, the 11 goes no problem, but the problem is still here with these balls. But if the 2 disappears, the 13 will cut if you can get there. Well, the 2's now moved, and now he's got no shot other than an awkward cut in the 14, and that's how easy it is to just get out of line and end up in nothing virtually. He hasn't called the bank, so it's going to be the cut to the top right. Again, the miss. There's such a margin of error on these bigger pockets, but it's only a contribution of 3, and Chicu's been let off the hook there. Well, that's made it worse, but the cut in the 13 should take care of that. And this doesn't need slamming, it just needs moving. That's all it needs. Well, he's playing a draw here. He just needs to see. He didn't let that go properly at all. He just let it run natural. It would have been fine. He's drawn into the one ball, and the other problem's still there. So the shot was just executed wrongly. And now, completely the wrong angle in the 9, and trying for some sort of miracle shot. And obviously didn't call the 9, I don't think, so the 9 could have run around into any pocket there. And I think we have a technical problem here. I think we have an issue because Bankster isn't seeing Chicu, and I'm not seeing Bankster's cue. So I think that Bankster is on a knife edge as far as his connection goes, and he might already have gone. It looks like it. We'll get the pop-up message in a second. Did I have a look to see where these guys were from? Bankster's Kuwait, Chicu is Chile. I did. Well, Bankster seems to have recovered. Once again, I'm trying to just get those points built up again. Well, there's nothing here that's a good break ball. It's only going to be the one, but he's got to get the cue ball to more or less where it is now to have the chance to get near the pack. And he's gone bolt straight, so nothing's going to happen here. This will be end of visit. So just to safety, and we'll nip back in to the Sylvia match against SD92. Well, Sylvia's now got a big comfort zone, and SD92 is going to be struggling now with that deficit, especially what Napnicker said, that his high run was 9. I'm pretty certain that's all he got in his first match. So it doesn't look too promising here for SD92's chances. And Sylvia's just going to pick up the bits and pieces. That's probably the pattern of the match, pretty much. Just making those little contributions just to add to the score, knowing that there's very little going to be coming back. So she's under no pressure now. Little brush. Let's have a quick look there. Well, the 2 ball goes. I think, yep, it goes. And if you can get right on it, you can just brush into those 2. But if you can get on the 5 from this side, it goes, and that opens the 3. Well, we know the 5 cuts from this side, and the angle's there to do it. She's trying to get a chip on it, and that is dead set. That 3 ball, I think. It looks pretty good to me. That's got to go in every day of the week. Can't be missed as long as you hit that 5 right on the point. Well, I don't know what she was doing there. It just looked to me like a plain cut to get it to go. Maybe there was a wee gap or something, but it looked dead set. But anyway, this 5 ball I don't think is going to be much use. Well, he's managed to get there, got a ball out. Better than nothing. This has to get out into the table. You think they were? I should have looked closer at them. But from right behind it looked dead set. So another contribution of a couple of points. And Sylvia's taking risks. Well, this, I mean, let's be honest here. This should be SD92's high run coming up. I don't know how long he's played Virtual Pool 4. Obviously, he's just playing with the house cue, and he's just looking to pop balls. So it will be an achievement to get that higher run, get into double figures, and then build on it from there. Well, that may well kill it, because the cue ball had to be stopped from running forward. Well, that'll keep it going. Good pot. Cue ball again just running loose, and this is just a case of running and hoping that you're on a ball. There's no real game plan here. If you see a ball, pot it. But the run goes to 8, so here's the vital shot to tie his high run. And if he runs forward, he's in danger of getting near that pocket. I stunned it, avoided that, and this to take him to double figures. The 11 goes, the 2 obviously goes, and the 2 goes in. So that's an achievement. Now, and that will do as well. And there's a break ball sitting there, if he can get there. Got to take the 8. Got to take the 8. And that's got rid of the break ball. And in fact it's not even potted, so the run ends in 11. So SD92 has achieved one thing. Where's he from again? He's from England. How long's he been in Virtual Pool 4, I wonder? A few months maybe. But obviously with a lot to learn, and that's only if they want to learn. Well, this match seems to be going on the same pattern. Sylvia's going to pick off generally slightly more points than SD92 will, and just keep building that lead up. And she's going to have a few here. So while that's going on, let's nip back in. And oh, this bracket just does my head in. We'll see how things are progressing in our main match. Well, it's now become interesting, because Chicu has got himself in the lead. He's on a run of 11. He's got a lead of 5 points. And now, with the remaining balls here, although he's gone dead in the rail, he's got a long 14, but with the remaining balls and no obvious break ball, the 10 ball is right at the back of the pack, the 3's in the pack. Might not be getting too many more from this visit. August now, yeah. I mean, it's good to see new players. As I say, that you're not going to be an overnight success if you're just new to this game. Got an awful lot to learn. But fair play to the guy. He's in the tournament, which is more than a lot of other players. I mean, it's right in at the deep end. And this is end of visit for Chicu. Or is it? That's a good shot. Managed to get something out of it. And once again, got a couple of balls. So I was premature with that, I thought. He's got the chance to build up some more. And a good chance off this 4 as well. Or the 8 to cut into them, but once again slamming it far too hard and misses the 8. That shouldn't be happening. And the lead, slender though it is 12 points. But Bankster with not a lot of choice here though, has to be said. Thin cut in the 4. Looks as if he's drawing off it to take it long. Well, hopefully he's had a good look at that 12. It goes no problem, but as long as you get the cut, you don't want to push it forward into the 6. Used all of the pocket, and now he's off and running. So Bankster's objective is to leave the table with a lead. Oh, there's the spam bot from Twitch again. I bet there's plenty of mugs do that. I actually pay money to buy a subscription for their channel. So Bankster just 5 behind. Nine ball would be a break shot. Nine ball like that would be ideal to run into that pack on that side. But of course the 3 balls line still up the table. Got to get somewhere good on it if you can. That's going to drop in. Oh well, it's ran around the rim there. Anything but straight. And there's enough there. That will do. Caught the top of the pack, but still got a shot. Well, if you're thinking about what you're doing, you're going to have to leave a wee angle in this 6 to pot it and run into those 2 balls. I took a risk there and has got away with it, but going to have to do something again to try and nudge something. And that will do. So Bankster back into the lead. Same again. Into the pack. don't need to slam them though. Yeah, they're intent on slamming things when they don't need to. So there's this ball, 2, 3, there's 4 balls in the open that can be picked off. Once the 11 goes, the 1's free as well. That 10 and 2, how are they sitting? That looks as if it could possibly be a combo off the jaw, the 10 and 2. There's a gap between them though. Well, now a chance to take care of that situation. Pot the 15 and a little draw or a stun, one thing or the other, just to move something, and that will do. That is taking care of the problem. Now 14 ball is favourite to be the break ball, but in actual fact the 10 ball is pretty good on the corner, and the 14 ball would be a good ball to get to that 10 ball. You don't want to be drawing back towards these balls. You want to get around the angles and up the table, because if you don't want to run into the 10. Well, he's brushed it and he might end up having to take it. Yeah, he's got himself blocked off here, so his change of plan. Needs to get to that line and not much further, because the further he goes the straighter he gets. He's still got a chance. Oh, that's going to lock up. He's on nothing, and that's always the worry. So the run ends on 27, but the lead is only 15. Good evening, thank God I've got that text to voice to text thing off, or we'd had all of that. What's Chicu got here? Oh, I think you can just see it. Oh, yeah. Or can he? No, he couldn't, and he scratched again with the old slam dunk. And, well, Chicu managed to get himself back into the match while we were watching the Sylvia match, and then he's thrown it away there with that opportunity. He hasn't got rid of the deficit, and it's a no scoring visit. And Bankster managed to find the gap, and no shot apart from the 13. or the 2. The 2 looks good if he can get it past the 1. That's wide open, so this is going to move them. And he's overcut the 2, and now it's back to sloppy. So he's fluked a ball. Now he needs to miscall. Did he call anything there? I'm not getting involved. I am getting involved. Yeah. What went in? Something went in there, did it not? Did the 2 go in? Somebody keep me right here. Let's have a look. Wait a minute. Right, so he's playing the 2 in the corner. No. It goes in, but it's kicked in, but that was the pocket he was playing it in. Yeah, it got kissed back in. I mean, even though, strictly speaking, he didn't physically call it with the game option, but we can all see that it ended up in the pocket that he was going to be playing it in. It was more than obvious that what he was doing. That was, I think I blinked at the time he played it, and I was just wondering what happened, but I knew he was playing the cut in the 2. We could all see that, so... yeah, I thought, and then when I realised the 2 disappeared, I never saw it going into the same pocket, but the fact that it's going into the same pocket, it's all fine and above board. So, one way or another, Bankster is building up his lead again. And the only problem now for Chicu is how much is it going to be by the time he gets another shot. Well, I think he's going to end up taking what looks to have been the half reasonable break shot, or the break ball. The 4 ball's going to go. Now what does he do? He's trying to get up and down the table behind the pack for the 7 if he plays the 3. And I watched that semi-pro match rerun, and I'm calling. There was one. I think there was one incident where he was playing the 3 ball, and for about the next minute I was calling it the 5 ball, and that's simply because it's not that 100% easy to call the difference in colour between the 3 and the 5, for me anyway. So Bankster's visit is 12, and that cue ball, oh, that 11 will go if you just cheat the pocket enough. There's plenty of room, but he's gone dead straight in the 7. And Chicu, if he'd only gotten nearer the rail and the bottom rail, he'd have been fine. Can he get enough there to stun? He's trying to draw to get luck, but well, he's got something. Not much, but it doesn't suggest that he's going to be doing anything great other than running the cue ball and finding a hole again. And he's given Bankster the chance to disturb things with this 8 ball hanging, and he couldn't find that. So while they work that out, and we have Bankster in 170, Chicu in 143, assuming that Bankster's going to play some sort of safety attempt, or is he going all out for the blast in the 14? We'll nip back in and have a look at how Sylvia's doing against SD92. Let's just see this shot. I mean, it should just be a brush and a run to the long grass, this shot, but he's trying to use the pack as cover. But again, the touch is nowhere near good enough, and he's left a shot, but I don't think there's an awful lot going on for Chicu there either. So quick jump across, we'll find our way to the Sylvia SD92 match, and Sylvia's on a run of 30 and a good chance to catch Larry in that top 10 and knock him off the board. And no sooner have that happened than the commentator's curse is kicked in. As soon as I join the room, disaster unfurls, and I have undone Sylvia with her chance to get that run of 40 or more. That's killed that, stone dead. I'm sure she'll be well pleased at that. It never fails. I've got more success than I have failures, and Larry will confirm that every time I join somebody's room and they're on a shot, they're bound to miss, or some sort of disaster is going to happen. I've got a very good strike rate as far as that goes. Let's just be conservative and say that. And Mark will confirm that as well. Yes, I mean, I've got a tremendous success on jinx ability. It must just be an inbuilt thing, a natural thing, something I'm good at. Because, and I think I'm actually going to hire out my services for future tournaments, because any time you're in a sticky situation and you think your opponent's going to run away with it, just give me a shout. I'll drop in and that'll put the mockers on them. And Sylvia again trying to build up that run, but she's not going to get any high run because she's only 18 away and going through. This is dead straight, so just a little stun out for the 3 and then on the 9, and hopefully she can get over to the left rather than this dead straight, and that looks pretty straight, but there's enough there just to run in, just to nudge things and improve the situation. Oh, she managed to get the 6. I was looking at the 9. That'll do it. And the 1 will do even better. and everything's wide open now. Take your pick. Well, for anybody who has just joined the stream and missed earlier on, Stubb was in. He may well have been and gone, because he usually only comes in early, says 2 lines and then buggers off. He said he's been trying to arrange times with Fast Eddie, and to cut a long story short, it's a lot of waffle. Fast Eddie's been trying to arrange times with him. Stubb says the times weren't good, he was working, and we still don't know when this match is going to be played. Hopefully it'll be over the Christmas holiday, and they've only got until the 27th to get it done. But once I finish my shift tomorrow, I'm up at 2:30 AM tomorrow morning. I'm doing a short shift to about from 4 o'clock to, I think it's 9:45, and that'll be me for 3 days. So if they do it within that time, no matter what time it is, as long as it's been set in the bracket and I can see it, then I'll have it. So you don't have to worry about being there for it. If it's the middle of the night, I'll be there, and you can watch it on my YouTube channel. That's the plan. Whether that ever comes to the light of day, we don't know. But that's the match we want to see. We want to see Stubbs' first entry to the event and see how he handles it. Yes, there is a list of it, Wit. You should know that if you were in the lobby when I posted it the other day. The only thing is that when I'm streaming, I can't, I don't think I can paste. Hang on a minute, I'll try it. I'll be back in a sec. Just give me 2 seconds. Right, I've got it copied, but I don't think it works when I'm streaming. Oh, I better not do it in the bloody room. That's an empty move, that one. Hold on a sec, wait till I shift the tab. That would have really annoyed people. Let's try it. I'm certain it doesn't work. Oh well, we'll find out in a minute now, because Sylvia's won the match by 150 points to 45. I was too busy doing that. Right, you'll see it now. Wrong one again. Yeah, that's the high runs so far. Right, so Sylvia's through. Did I say who she was going to play next? Because I think she'll be sitting high and dry. Yeah, Sylvia's going to have a long wait. In fact, she's going to have to wait until 2021 to get a game next. So she can enjoy her Christmas, and she's got a good long wait for her next opponent. Meanwhile, we will drop back in. So there is a list of the high runs for anybody that hasn't seen them. Semi-Pro last night on 179, which overtook LS3's high run of 94, Snake Eyes an 89, Bedhead 87, Albinario a 73, and dear old Larry down there holding up the rest on 40. Right, so we'll see the conclusion, if it hasn't finished yet, of this winner's side match. How are you 11th? Has somebody had a match that I've missed? I copied that yesterday. That list. I'll need to go and check it again. In fact, I've looked at the bracket. I never saw any other matches I've played. I'll double check it and I'll update it if that's the case. Anyway, well, this match is on a knife edge because Chicu, while we were away, has managed to get himself back in it He's in 168. Bankster's just on 172, so it's anybody's. And of course, even though there was only 3 balls there, it just killed the cue ball stone dead. So has Potman played his one loss side match? Let's have a look at the bracket. Yeah, see what's going on here. Let's have a look. What did I miss? See, when you're looking for one player, hang on a minute, I never use this thing. I probably should. Well, Potman is now going to play Sylvia. Where is he in the... How do you work that out, Larry? Ah, right, Chicu had a 55, right, that's why I'm confused. And that's how he got himself back into this match, so is that the run that we missed? Ah, right, got it now. So we've missed that while we were away watching the Sylvia match. I'll bring the stats up after this is done and update that and delete Larry. No, I was just wondering, I mean, I'm missing some in the chat, but I'm just wondering, when I saw the name, I saw you type Potman up above, and I thought, and I was looking to see who Potman had played, and was thinking it was him that had got the next high run. Well, Chicu taking a risk. Is he going to get the reward? Yes, he has. And he might have come good at the right time. He's still trailing though. Not going to have many options. Is he going to get far enough? Yes, he has. But I think he's gone dead straight in this 13. He's looking to take the 5 to break them. That will do. He's brought... Well, he opened the ball out there, but I think it's come back to the pack. But as long as you've still got a shot, we'll keep saying it. You only ask for one ball to keep you going. But who's going to win this? We don't know. That needs to slow up, or it's going to lock. And well, every time I see Chicu, I mean, he might have had a 55 run, but every time I see him, he ends up with a short visit. But he's played a good safety. But Bankster is still 2 in front. Yeah, I would just be edging off, or punch, if he can punch the 8 just to the rail and leave the cue ball where it is. He's got a perfectly good safety in return, and that will do. And it is, I think we can see that there's maybe a wee bit more focus now that we're getting to the business end of the match, and that one careless mistake could well likely be the one that costs you. And Bankster's lining up for the cut. And if he can just get the cut and let the cue ball come down, he might get a bit of luck. And that will do. I think he's on the 6. Or is he? Yes, he is. And also, he might be a bit straight though. He might have to leave an awkward cut back in this 8 ball. Oh, what's he doing looking at the 8 ball? I didn't fancy the 6 because it wasn't good for getting him on his next ball. He's tried to play a safety. I think he can see enough of that to cut it. He might be trying to run it into the middle. Yes, he is. And that's given Bankster a free go here. If he pots the 3, pots the 6, and can get that cue ball up and fall shortish on the 11, then in fact he doesn't need to, because if he gets the 11, those other 2 balls go. But how good is he going to be at getting there? That's the question. He's fallen short. He's still got the cut though, and that's going to deal. If he hits this gentle, he may well leave a break ball. Well, he's potted the 2 of them, but the 1 ball is in the triangle and the 8 ball up the table. Well, I know what I'd be doing here. I'd just be pushing that 8 ball off the side rail down behind the pack. I wouldn't be doing that. Okay, it's gone pretty safe, but again, there's no value in potting this ball unless you get good just to play a decent safety anyway. That's the only value you get from this. It's probably much easier to run for cover. And the danger with this is if you slam this as a bank, you can come off a point and run into the pack. Like, you know, like doing that. And all he's done is possibly sold himself there. Not the shot to have played. I keep saying it, it's all about the discipline of the game and knowing when to wind it in rather than pushing the boat out, trying to create things out of nothing. And that there is an example. Bankster took the risk and he's on nothing. Anybody's going to win this. What one it is, I haven't a clue. Anything can happen. But as I said earlier, the winner of this match may well have their last match on this winner's side, because they're now, whoever they're going to be is going to end up being possibly in over their head in the next match. However, if Chicu's just had a 55 run, that proves that if you get yourself right, you can get a run together. So there's always that possibility, but if he ends up going through, he's going to have to up his game as well. Well, the 4's on. And still trailing by 8 though. Well, he's looking around. What's he looking for? He's going to have to get the hit. Well, He's looking to draw. The angle's drawn him to the right. And I can't quite work out what he tried there. I think he was maybe trying to get in the gap to get on the 5, but to me it would have been easier going off the end rail into them. Again, just hoping to open something out. He's on nothing, and from this shot, so should bankster. Well, bankster's going to go for the bank. He's going to live up to his name here, I think. I don't know whether he might be quite comfortable trying to make the cut. He hasn't called the bank. Well, now he has. Well, that's got rid of that. But once again, he's going to have to run for cover. Very thin brush, and try and get the pace right to get to that bottom rail, or the top rail, whatever one you want to call it. That'll do. Will it? Let's have a close look and make sure. I don't think it will. That is tight. Well, it doesn't go from that angle. It does go when you see the gap. I think that 15 goes, and Chicu is giving it a close look. I think he can just cheat that off the jaw. There is just enough in it to possibly get there, although he's looking at it again, and now he's looking at the 5. Or is he looking for a kiss off the 6? This is ambitious. This could be fatal. No, in the end I don't know what he did. Oh, I think he's got away with it, has he? Well, he's left something like a combo as a possibility, but one again, bankster, he's the one with the lead. One mistake could be costly. That's the shot. Get it to the rail. That's what you should be playing, because that now leaves it a tough safety for Chicu, because if he plays that 5, well, he's avoiding the 5, he's looking for the cut in the 15. And where's the 15 going to end up? Oh, there's the bait. The bait has been set with that shot for bankster. And this, if he doesn't get it, could possibly be his last shot. But he's got it comfortably. Well played, and a nice pace as well. And now he's in prime position. So the lead is 11, but more importantly, he's 15 away, so he's going to need another rack to get this job done. Now, the 2 ball was the possible break ball. It's gone. 1 ball is still a possibility. Well, if he goes up the table, he's more than likely going to take the one from this cut, unless he can get up the left hand side and go on the 14. He needs to keep running though. Well, this is all about pace, because it doesn't need to be blasted in, he just needs to come off the rail. More than that, or stay inside. He might be able to catch the corner of the pack. It needs the amp on, and that will do. It keeps him going. He's 8 away. And now he's got all the balls he needs to get it finished. What the hell's he spamming that in the room for? What a numpty. Oh, where's he going here? I think he's okay. So, just 3 more. And they're all there. Little run through. So Bankster, with his final visit of 18, is going to go through, I think, to meet either Mark Shark, Fast Eddie or Stubb. We'll have a look at the bracket just to confirm that. I think that's what I seen earlier on. So a final look just to make sure we've got it right. And that's better. I've got Dirty Harry to play. Their match will be underway. Their match has started. There's nothing in it. Hazard is 15-13 up. And there we see Chicu. Sorry, Bankster. No, I've got that wrong. Yeah, I have got it wrong. Maybe it was the other match I was talking about. I don't know. I'm totally lost now. I've confused myself. But anyway, Bankster's through to play the winner of the Hazard Dirty Harry match in round 4. And as I said, Sylvia's got a long wait to go. Chip Scary, who I've never seen, is going to play LS3, and that will be on the 28th, so that's a few days away. There's nothing else set there, but the one we've got Mooncake due to go tomorrow night at 7 PM against Fuldrish, and I'll have that match. That's me finished for Christmas. So if you want to see a match and join a stream tomorrow night, you can do that. We'll have a match there. This one's going ahead, and that's the one that's still to go as well. Keith and Mr. Fox is a match I would like to see, so they're leaving it late. And so Albinario to play McClarkey in round 3, Snake Eyes to play Larry in round 3, Keith and Mr. Fox to play to see who plays Cobra, which is going to be a cracking match no matter who gets through, and Fast Eddie and Stubb to play to see who plays Mark Shark. Bankster in round 4, Dirty Harry and Hazard, and semi-pros waiting on the winner of Acero and Fan or Wanwa, and again they're leaving it late to get organised. I don't know what's going to happen there. I would like to see that match as well, but I don't think I'm hedging my bets that Fan or Wanwa doesn't want me to see it. And so that's it. Mooncake, Fuldrish tomorrow night. We'll be there for that. I'm going to go in and have a quick look at this match. Yeah, it's in its early stages, but I am not going to be doing this. Well, Dirty Harry looks as if he's played a fair few straight pool matches, but he's not winning many because he's way down in 12-20, so it should be, as I say, should be a fairly comfortable win for Hazard if he just takes his time, keeps his head. He should go through on paper, that is, but what the end result will be we don't know. So with that, guys, I'm heading off. Thank you for watching, thanks for your company, and again, if I don't see you tomorrow night or any other time between now and the big day, as they want to call it, have a happy Christmas, but stay safe, keep your distance, wear your mask, and I might see you tomorrow night, and we might have an update in the bracket with some matches getting arranged, and we might have a few more. So till then, I will bid you good night and